Missouri side, to say the least. We had some drama out in Gateway to open up the road trip. First game was canceled because of tornado warnings and a lot of rain. The good news is I was able to watch the St. Louis Blues clinch their first trip to the Stanley Cup since '70. They lost last night, but I was able to hang out at Ballpark Village and enjoy that atmosphere. And then we had a day-night doubleheader. I don't know if you stayed up for all this extra innings in the second game, but the Otters won their first extra inning ball game by a score of 14-11 in 12 innings. It was supposed to end in 7. The way the doubleheader format is that both games are played 7 innings unless one goes to extras, and it was crazy. Now, have you ever seen or heard of a game that the away team was winning, the away team blew the lead in the last inning, there was no score with the international tie rule in effect, which means that they start with a runner on second base, and no team scored the next 2 innings, then both teams outburst for 6 runs, and then the Otters found a way to win on an RBI single from Keith Grieshaber, and then a 2-run home run by Ryan Long was able to cap off a 14-11 victory. Just give me your thoughts on a crazy game like that.
Well, that's the name of the game insofar as we were just talking to Paul Mattingly, the engineer back at the station, and we're talking about changes in baseball. And that's one of the changes I do not agree with insofar as what you call it, the international rule where you start the inning off with a runner on second base. That's ridiculous. I mean, baseball, throw the ball, let the batter hit it. Never mind, if they get on base, they've got to earn it. But I've seen the Otters win games, and I've seen the Otters lose games with that silly rule.
Yeah. So the Otters were able to take 2 of 3, which was good for the first road series. But then they went to River City, and they lost the first game. They were out-hit. There were 2 crucial errors that occurred when Randy Wynn was on the mound. Randy pitched well. He went 6 innings, and he got into a lot of 2-strike counts. And when Randy gets 2-strike counts on batters quickly, he likes putting his batters off balance. Ryan Long on Friday night got the night off at third base. He played DH. There's a ground ball to Anthony Maselli, and with the sun in his eyes, he fielded the ball in a hop, threw it over to Grieshaber at second, but threw it over his head. So therefore, the double play was negated, and the inning continued. That was with 2 outs. And the next inning, or the next at-bat, an RBI single scored 2 runs, and therefore it's 2-0. And then an error on a throw-in from Rob Calabrese saw a runner from second go to third, so he threw it down to Anthony Maselli, and it rolled over his head. And therefore, that was the 3rd run that was scored. So the Otters have made some crucial errors that sadly have cost them a couple ball games.
Well, I go back, Dave, to telling you that never mind looking at stats. The guy's record is 5 wins and 15 losses. In fact, I believe you said on the radio one of those trips that you couldn't understand how some pitcher recorded 20 losses, and you said, how is that possible? And therefore,
That's right. Yep.
And I'm saying don't look at statistics because you just explained it. You got Marcella who throws the ball wild into right field, and then there's another error. So it makes the pitcher look bad. Now the pitcher loses the game. Go back and, as you said, negate those. Is that your exact word, negate? And so therefore, that error changed the whole complex of the game.
And then on Saturday night, the Otters scored over 14 runs for the second time in the road trip. They scored 15 runs and only allowed 1. Tyler Beardsley pitched very well. He had a 4-run lead going into the bottom of the second when he was pitching. And, when things start going well, I think we've seen it here, when this offense is rolling, I don't know if they can be stopped by anybody. A particular shot was Hunter Cullen's 3rd home run of the year. He hit a ball in right field, 300 feet long and 27 feet high. They had a 26-foot scoreboard out in River City, and it was just, I think that was one of the tallest home runs I've seen in quite a while.
Well, Hunter's a good man, and he's got 3 home runs, and I think I heard you say in the radio he had only 3 the entire 2018 season.
Yes.
And here he's got 3 already. And unfortunately, he's not in the lineup tonight because you say he sprained his ankle
yeah,
or something.
he might have a minor ankle injury.
Okay,
He should be okay, but for the long term. But I think for today, he's not going to be putting weight on his, I want to say his left leg. I'm not too sure, but he doesn't want to.
It's going to, we don't know who's going to play center. And I mean, we could look down and get a name. I know that. I mean, it's easy to look and say, you know.
Meggs has played center and filled in for him 2 times at least.
Right, but you don't know the quality of the outfielder you're going to get. Yes, he's an outfielder. It's like you can't take a left fielder and move him over to right field because, hey, the trajectory of the ball is different, and therefore you've got to learn all these things. So taking one outfielder and moving him here and there, let's hope Meggs can do the job.
Yeah, and then lastly, the rubber game of the 3-game series against the Wild Things. The Otters were up by a score 7-4 in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Then the Wild Things had runners, or excuse me, the Rascals, River City Rascals. The Rascals had runners on first and second with 2 outs, and the Otters managed to lose the lead.
Your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural. You must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811 brought to you by Indiana and more.
Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Now, let's go inside the clubhouse for today's one-on-one with the Evansville Otters.
Dave Meridian with Ryan Long. We are back for a Boston fan. It's 2-hour Tuesday. I guess we need our round, so there's 2 hours of 2-hour tickets and 2 hours breakfast. So easy to for you.
Back to the
If
80s.
pop,
You can get your
Uncle Fritz,
ear on
not
at the
for the
Evansville
bullpen.
Food
If
Truck
not, we're
Festival.
All
Uncle Fritz.
this week in the culture.
Absolutely.
We've got your tickets the evening on the river.
Wiki Morning Show starts Wednesday, 5:45.
On 104 FM WIKY. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa this weekend only. Friday through Sunday, Convention Center.
Just to not take the games early in the season for granted. We definitely made a lot of mistakes and felt like we gave away some of those games. So looking back now, we're
And I think one of the bright spots about the whole road trip is the amount of runs you guys put up. I think it was like 44 runs over 61 hits.
Free delivery of your new
I think it's as high as we want to make it. We can obviously put up a lot of runs when everybody's passing on good bats. So as long as we're all doing our part and focused on our bats, pitch by pitch, I think we'll be in good shape.
And, well, the three-night doubleheader, from your opinion, what have you ever experienced something like that before?
And two, what is it tough for the guys to kind of persevere with the realize it is an up and down game for the state in the beginning. Yeah, it was tough, especially thinking that the game's going to be 7 innings. I mean, it's going to last over 13 or over. There's a lot of good baseball and a lot of bad baseball playing that game. So, we just got to collect some of those teams and make sure that we're able to wrap it up and find ourselves in that 2.5 game.
Especially putting the ball over the fence. What is it that, what has been your approach to the plate? I mean, obviously putting the ball in play, but is it the goal to put it over the fence every time?
The goal is to hit the ball hard, and I want to try to make the outfielder turn around. So if I'm hitting the ball hard and wherever it may be, left center, right field, center field, wherever it is, I just want to hit the ball hard and make those outfielders turn their backs to me.
All right, Ryan Long, I thank you very much. We'll get to starting lineups. First pitch, you listen to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV Evansville.
G.D. Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. G.D. Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side, 4320 North First Avenue, and on the east side, 601 North Green River Road. G.D. Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. G.D. Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
And welcome back to Ball Seed Field. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune here on the call. Bill, let's get to the starting lineups. For the hometown Evansville Otters, batting first, playing second base will be David Cronin. Batting second, playing left field for the first time this season will be Hugh Grisham. Batting third base, Ryan Long. Batting fourth, playing first base, Dakota Ford. Beginning to go very well. Batting fifth, batting sixth, playing right field, Richard Miller. Batting seventh, the catcher, Rob Calabridge. Batting eighth, center fielder, Jack Nance. Hunter Collins, batting lower back fielder. Batting ninth will be the shortstop, J.J. Gould, who saw action for the first time this season since he got hurt in the Gateway Series. Leonard Rondo, your Evansville Otters starting lineup. Patrick McGuff, right here. And Carter, Castro, Hanson, Calabrese, Meggs, Gould, and McGuff on the mound. For the visiting Washington Wild Things with a record of 4-12, leading off playing center field will be number 2, Sage Jenko. Batting second, playing third base, number 13, Wander Fonfo. Batting third, the second baseman, number 9, Sheen Hughes, who's their best hitter for average. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 15, Hector Roa. Batting fifth, the first baseman, a switch hitter, number 20, J.J. Fernandez. Batting sixth, their catcher, number 11, Lucas Herbert. Batting seventh, their designated hitter, number 8, Blake Adams. Batting eighth, number 3, the left fielder, Mick Fennell. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 1, Brett Maher. And on the mound for the Wild Things will be Michael Austin. He's 1-1 with 5.82 ERA, earning a no decision in his first start where he went 5 1/3, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits, and had 8 strikeouts. He earned his first win against the Schaumburg Boomers, where he went 5 2/3 against the Florence Freedmen, going 6 innings, or giving up 2 runs over 4 hits, while bringing up 5 in a 6-4 win. His last start was a loss to the Florence Freedmen, where he went 6 innings, surrendering 4 earned runs on 6 hits, by fanning 6 in a 17-3 loss. Overall, Austin has pitched 17 innings this season with a strikeout-to-walk ratio of 19-8. The Otters will send Patrick McGuff on the mound, who is 2-0 with a 1.35 ERA, and he has pitched very, very well this season. He's about 25 strikeouts on the year, and the Otters will be wearing their full white uniforms with white pants And Bill, I don't know about you, but I think I am a fan of Otters for the Otters wearing their white uniforms. They just look clean and classy.
I'm glad to see the Otters wearing their whites, Dave, because to me, I'm old-fashioned. When you're the home team, you wear white. On the road, you wear gray. I don't believe in that Charlie, Cindy, red, blue, orange, you name it, rainbow. They might as well wear rainbow colors this way to here, they come and go.
So something tells me you may not be a fan of the Washington uniforms. They are a black uniform with some red dots on the lower side of the stomach area with red numbers and letters. So I guess keeping up with the times for the fashion of Washington uniforms are very traditional for us. We got sites from a distance that looks like Chicago Bears. We're going to get to the national anthem, and right after that, we'll get the first pitch here at Bossy Field. You listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
It's game time for the Otters on 91.5 FM WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
3-1. Long. Toward right. Toward the corner. Toward the foul pole and over the wall. Fair. Home run for Ryan Long.
First pitch. Thrown in crushed the air to deep right field. He backflips it and it's way out of here.
Don't forget, Otters fans, you can catch every Evansville Otters broadcast on 91.5 FM WUEV, online at evansvilleotters.com, and through the WUEV mobile app.
Roxon deals the 2-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner. Vail rings up Bissell to end it, and the Otters are going back to the postseason.
Now, let's go out to the ballpark for all of the action.
And welcome to a beautiful Sunday evening of Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen here on the call with my partner in crime, Bill McCune. Bill, it's good to be back at home.
Yes, it is, and it's nice to see that young man that's out there, the Irishman, Patty. And I'm watching him warm up. And, Dave, it looks like he's got a pretty good sharp slider and a good rotating curve. So, and hopefully we're in for an interesting ball game tonight.
Well, I mean, if he could go 6 or 7 no-hit innings and 12 or 13 strikeouts, I think we'll be in for a real treat. To the plate will be the leadoff hitter, Mr. Sage Jenko, as we will get underway shortly. Otters wearing their home white uniforms. At third base, Ryan Long. Gould at short. Second base, Cronin. First base, Dakota Phillips. Behind the plate, Calabrese. Meggs in center. Hanson in right. And Keith Griesaber in left. Jenko steps into the batter's box, digging his feet into the dirt. And we will be underway momentarily. McGuff will kick and fire for the first pitch of the game. It'll be a fastball in the inside corner. 0-1 the count to Jenko. McGuff likes to work rather quickly. The 0-1 from McGuff. It's foul in front of the catcher, Calabrese, moving the count to 0-2. Going into this at-bat, Jenko was batting .272 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. McGuff adjusts his pants a little bit. I guess he needs to loosen up his uniform. Kicks and fires for the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's the first one down for Patrick McGuff, and 1 away.
A high fastball. Two strikes and no balls. You either throw it high or throw it low, and he threw it high, and he got his K.
And that'll bring up Wander Franco, the third baseman.
I'll tell you what, right before the game, they honored Randy insofar as the pitcher of the week. And I tell you, this Irishman here, he should be considered as well.
Fly ball, right field. Hansen going back. He can't make the catch. Ball rolls to the Bud Light Lime sign. Relay throw from Hansen to Cronin's in time, but a double for Wander Franco.
I'm just wondering if Hansen lost that ball in the sun, because we know at this time of the evening, we're always watching Cronin and Hansen putting their hands up, shading their eyes from the sun. So I don't know. That was in right center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See him? He's got his hands up there now.
The ball carried pretty quickly. Hansen wasn't able to get there in time, but thank God that the Franco didn't go 3. It'll bring up Shane Hughes, one of the best hitters on this team. He lines this one to center field. Meggs going back to near the warning track. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Going to third on the sacrifice will be Franco, and now there's a runner at third, but 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Well, if you notice the first 3 batters, the Patty has thrown nothing but fastballs. He got the first one with the first batter. He got over for a strike. The next 2 batters, they were swinging on the first pitch, and one just went to right center for a double, and that one went to pretty well deep center field. So they're jumping on that first pitch, which is a fastball.
We bring up Hector Roa from Camden, New Jersey, which is not far from where I live. First pitch to Roa. The called strike on the outside corner on the fastball, 0-1. After further review, thanks to you, Bill, it's a curveball. Oh, 0-1 the count. McGuff with a deep breath kicks and fires for the 0-1. Check swing didn't go, and it will be counted even at 1. And if I had to guess, that would be a slider.
It could be. You're right. It didn't have that good break. It was low and outside, so we need a little more evaluation here on those pitches.
Okay. Man on third for the Wild Things. 2 outs, top of the first. Next pitch is high and away for a ball, moving the count to 2-1. And that one on the fastball, thanks to the mitt.
Now what you just witnessed, Dave, was a curveball, the slider, then the fastball. Mm-hmm. So the fastball was the strike, and the other 2 were, or the curveball was the strike, and the other 2 were balls.
2-1 the count to Roa. McGuff will kick and fire. 2-1 is a swing and a miss.
That was a slider as well. So
count now even at 2 with 2 outs.
Right. So he's got 1 curveball and 1 slider over.
$2 Tuesday here at the ballpark. $2 popcorn and $2 general admission tickets. As Roa will step out of the batter's box to call time. Now I asked Ryan Long in the interview, but is popcorn one of your favorite ballpark snacks? I'll take that as a yes. Certainly is for me. The 2-2. Chopper foul behind the plate, evening the count at 2 to Hector Roa. Going into this game, Roa is hitting .214 with a home run and 10 RBIs. He's 12 for 56.
Well, that was a pretty good curveball low outside that the batter reached and was lucky he got part of it. That was a good curveball. So let's see if he comes back with that same identical pitch.
McGuff with a deep breath on the mound. A 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on third. Swing and a miss, and that would be strike 3.
With the high fastball.
We head to the bottom of the first. No scores. You'll listen to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
And there goes Paul Mattingly's freight train. Whoop, whoop. I tell you what, it wouldn't be baseball. There it goes, listen. It wouldn't be baseball in Otterville if we didn't have that train.
And we welcome you back to Bossy Field. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. That was a nice introduction there from our engineer, Mr. Paul Mattingly, wasn't it? Oh, you didn't hear? Bill, who's introducing you, saying that you appreciate him on the broadcasts. So, we'll bring up the top of the order as the Otters will get ready to bat here in the bottom of the first. We'll lead off with David Cronin. And
well,
the Cronins want to say hello as they appreciate you and all the Otters broadcasts, Bill.
If Paul Mattingly said anything, you could mark it down as something that should be treasured.
100%.
If he complimented me, I appreciate it.
We both know that you and him are good friends on and off the air. Cronin to the plate, and going into Saturday's at-bats, he was 2 for 14 before Saturday's game, where he was 3 for 4. First pitch to Cronin, a called strike on the outside corner, moving the count to 0-1 from the pitcher, Michael Austin. So Cronin on Saturday was 3 for 4, a double, 2 singles, and a hit by pitch. Next pitch to Cronin is a ball low and away on a fastball, moving the count to even at 1. So Cronin has been struggling a bit, but as of late, he's been hitting the ball pretty well.
Well, you know, when you're out with an injury and...
the 1-1 swing and a miss. Count moving to 1-2.
That was an abbreviated swing. He started off and held up and then just leisurely went through it. But, no, it takes time to get back in the groove.
The 1-2 to Cronin. Liner and will be caught by the third baseman, Franco, out number 1. It was one of those shallow hits that was lined rather quickly to the third baseman, Franco, for out number 1.
Yeah. Now, here's probably the hottest hitter in the Otters got. I mean, his batting average indicates he's the best.
Yes, Keith Grieshaber, who's been a very, very good addition to the Otters. Batting over 300. I think he's around 333. We'll get to his totals momentarily. Oh, he's batting 357, home run, 10 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .471. First pitch to Keith is high and inside for a ball. Count now at 1-0.
You know, the ironic thing is all of our ball players who have home runs.
The next pitch to Keith is a swing and a miss for a strike.
Keith's got 1 homer but 10 RBIs, and then you've got Long 4 homers with 15 RBIs. Phillips with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. And then Calabrese with 1 homer and just 2 RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Take those
Keith.
Homers away, and there's not many RBIs.
That's right. Next pitch to Keith is low and away for a ball. Count now at 2-1 with 1 out. Ryan Long on deck. 2-1, low and away. Count now even at 2 with 1 out. You know, I did some statistical data last night, and the Otters have had many batting lineup combinations. The only consistent one throughout all 15 games, Ryan Long batting third.
That's right.
High pop-up in the infield. Marr, the shortstop, coming under it, and will make the catch for out number 2. And we'll bring up Ryan Long. And, Bill, he appreciates you saying hello to his mom and dad when they listen in on the broadcast.
Well, we always acknowledge our players' parents, especially when they come to visit in beautiful Otterville.
Otterville.
And,
right.
You know, and they always come up to say hello, so you got to say, we got to patronize them. So, you know, we got Mr. Cronin and his parents, and, of course, Mr. Hunter and his parents, and, of course, the Longs bring in the grandparents as well.
That's right. That's right. Ryan at a 1-1 count. First pitch was a strike. This one was a ball outside. Counted even at 1. Long at one point was leading the league in home runs with 4. The 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. That appeared to be a ball from at least my point of view.
High and outside. I know you were always arguing on the radio, especially the last game. You kept arguing.
Bill, I don't know if you would have survived on the broadcast. The 1-2 check swing, and Long doesn't go around, moving the count to 2-2.
2-2. No, I heard you. You weren't in. What's the word I'm fetching for?
The umpires were not consistent.
Yes.
The 2-2 to Long. That would be a ball outside.
Now, that looked like the identical pitch that he called for the second strike.
Right.
If I was Ryan, I wouldn't be swinging that day either.
Ryan hitting .296 with 15 RBIs in addition to 4 home runs. Ground ball to second baseman Hughes. Throws it over to Fernandez in time for the 4-3 putout. And we are through 1. No score. Here at Bossy Field, you listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The local Pepsi bottling group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi bottling group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Bossy Field here in Evansville, Indiana. Dave Nguyen here on the call with Bill McCune. We got a no score as we are in the top of the second. Patrick McGuff on the mound for a second inning of duty.
4 batters, 2 strikeouts. Not bad.
Bring up the fifth batter in the lineup, Fernandez. He will foul this one down the third base side and out of play. Count moving to 0-1.
You notice again, jumping on the first pitch.
That might be the scouting report because...
Well, that's exactly right. That's what you do. That's what scouts are doing.
The 0-1 chopper foul down the first base side and out of play, moving the count to 0-2.
You know, in the major leagues, you've got advanced scouts, they call them, and what they are is they're always watching the team that your team is going to play next. And you're checking if there's any injuries or what they're doing, and that's one of the things you look for. Ooh, what a beautiful curve. Oh!
They'll move the count to 1-2 as McGough doesn't get the call right there.
Should have been strike three. But, no, that's what you do. You know, just like I observed, they're swinging at the first pitch.
Fernandez hitting .236 this season. The 1-2 pitch from McGough. Swing and a miss for strike three. 3 strikeouts for McGough with 1 away here in the top of the second.
All right. Now we'll see if this guy jumps on the first pitch as well.
We'll bring up the catcher, Lucas Herbert. He's not playing too bad this season.
What's Lucas hitting?
We'll get to that in a moment. 319 with 9 RBIs and 15 hits, Lucas Herbert.
Not bad. Not
for a catcher.
Bad. Yeah, wait a minute. What, don't?
The first pitch to Herbert is a liner. It will drop for a base hit, pass long on the third base side. And the Wild Things in the second inning, similar to the first, had the second batter on base.
Okay, so now, and every batter but one, he's led off with a fastball, and they've been swinging. So therefore, as the catcher, Calabrese, what you do is you change. Now you either throw the curve or the slider, because if they're going to be jumping on the first pitch and it's a fastball, you're in trouble.
Bring up Adams, the designated hitter, Blake Adams, and he gets a called strike on the inside corner, moving the count to 0-1.
And that was a fastball. So
now if McGough wants to have the fastball as the first pitch, he needs to locate it on the corners. With a deep breath, McGough will kick and fire. Second pitch is a high fly ball, right center field. Meggs coming under it and will make the catch at the warning track for out number 2. Back-to-back innings with at least one deep fly out to center field.
Well, I'll tell you what, we were talking about that day before the game of what type of center field without Hunter out there, and Miggs is doing a pretty good job. He's not Hunter, but he's second best anyway.
Right. He's making his third start out in center field today. And it'll bring up Mick Fennell, the left fielder, the lefty. Lefty on righty matchup. As the first pitch to Fennell is a called strike.
And again, a fastball. So everyone has been fastballs except for one.
McGough takes a deep breath, the 0-1.
Oh.
Called strike on the inside corner, moving that one to 0-2.
Slider. Good bite to that slider.
Cronin and Gould playing on the edge of the outfield grass. Gould leaning towards second base. Runner on first, 2 outs, 0-2 count. McGough kicks and fires.
Strike 3. Ooh! Oh!
Instead, it's ball 1.
Oh,
that one did touch the inside corner, but umpire calls it a ball. Count out 1-2.
I tell you what, he's got a short strike zone.
I guess so. Calabrese sets up outside, ground ball, foul down the first base side, and out of play. That's Dakota Phillips at first base, and I have coined him the nickname as the Iron Man of the team because he played first base in game 1 of the doubleheader, and then he caught all 12 innings of the second game of the doubleheader, the game that went from around 8 p.m. to about 2 in the morning.
Yeah, and I wasn't there at 2.
The 1-2 from McGough, that'll be outside for a ball. Count now at 2-2 with 2 outs.
That was his curveball, and I tell you what, that didn't do anything but float in the air. It had no bite at all to it.
No, well, as we'll take advantage of the moment right here, but the deuces are wild now. Bill, we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3.
So he's got 2 strikeouts per inning so far. Is that right?
Yes. Well, we've 4 on the day thus far as we head to the bottom of the second. No score. You listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Since 1994, Slay's Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slay's Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slay's Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com. The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Dakota Phillips steps to the plate from Nacogdoches, Texas. First pitch to Dakota is a foul ball down the third base side. 0-1 the count.
You ever been to Texas?
I've been to Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
The Dallas airport wasn't
I was just going to say,
friendly.
the Dallas airport?
They got good barbecue down there, though. Sports teams, not so much. The 0-1 to Phillips, low and away for a ball, evening the count at 1. You know, being a Philadelphia fan, I'm not a big fan of the Cowboys.
Well, they used to be when the Cowboys were going strong years ago.
1-1 is a swing and a miss from Phillips. Count now moving to 1-2.
There was a player that was, I think might be in the NFL Hall of Fame, one of their ends, and I don't recall his name right now.
Mike Ditka.
No, this was an end for Dallas.
Oh, okay. Next pitch to Phillips is high and away for a ball, evening the count at 2.
I always remember him because he was from South River, New Jersey.
Okay.
And went to South River High School and so on. But the reason I remember him...
The 2-2 to Phillips is a called strike 3. Phillips didn't like that location, thought it was a ball. Instead, it's 1 away and a strikeout for Michael Austin, the starting pitcher.
Yeah. The reason I'll finish up quick was my son was playing Pop Warner.
Oh, yeah?
And I told my son, back up. Don't let that guy get in front and back of you. Well, he did several times. He got several touchdowns. And my son said I couldn't keep up with him. And, of course, he went on to be a great NFL end. But
bring up Carlos Castro, who takes a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
So there was the connection. My son had played against him.
Got it. Castro hit his 4th home run on the road trip. The 0-1, swing and a miss. That was low in the dirt for a ball. Instead, it's 0-2 the count to Carlos.
Carlos didn't want to swing at that, but he started, so he just finished it off with a, oh, I'm sorry, swing.
Needs to be careful. 0-2, check
Same
swing.
thing right there.
And the
Got
first
away with
base
it.
umpire, Mr. Mike Fitcher, says he did not go.
He got away with it.
Count at 1-2 to the native of the Dominican Republic. Austin kicks and fires for the 1-2. Fly ball and foul out of play down the third base side. Or first base side, excuse me. Count still at 1-2.
You notice where Carlos stands in that plate. See how far away from the plate he is? He's way back in the batter's box and far away. And
the 1-2 to Carlos. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
And that's why he has trouble with that breaking pitch. See, it's coming across the plate, which is, again, a strike, and then it's dripping down, which would be a ball. But the way he bats, he just commits himself.
Bring up Mitchell Hansen, the right fielder from Plano, Texas.
Another big cheese.
Yep. Batting 166 this season, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. First pitch to Hansen is a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count to Mitchell.
That is what is ironic. 2 home runs and yet only 4 RBIs.
Right. Second pitch to Hansen is another called strike. Same pitch, same location. Looked like the fastball right there from Austin, and now it's an 0-2 count to Hansen. He'll stagger his legs in the batter's box. Kicks and fires for the 0-2. That'll be a ball low and away. Count now at 1-2. Of the two, both of his home runs were solo home runs.
Apparently.
And then one of his other RBIs was the game winner we had last Friday.
That I remember well.
That single.
Right field.
Right. The 1-2. Low and away in the dirt. Count out even at 2 with 2 outs. So we got 2-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second for number 21. Next pitch is low and away. Gets behind the catcher, Herbert, and will be full count. Playing on the edge of the grass on the second base side is Hughes. In 3-2, ground ball fielded by Hughes, throwing it over to Fernandez in time for the third out of the inning. The Otters go down 1-2-3. We'll head to the top of the third. No score from Bossy Field. You're listening to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at ibew16.net.
And welcome back to Bossy Field. Dave Nguyen here, along with Bill McCune on the call. Otters and Wild Things. No score. McGuff, starter, on the mound for the Otters going into inning number 3. It'll be the infielder, Brent Marr, and then the top of the order for the Wild Things. Marr, one of 4 returning Wild Things from last year when these Wild Things beat the Otters last year in the Frontier League playoffs. First pitch from McGuff will be low and away for a ball. Count at 1-0.
Yeah, Washington always, majority of the time, Washington always has an outstanding team.
Next pitch from McGuff, choppered along, fields it on a hop, throws it over to Phillips at first base in time for out number 1. Long made that play look easy.
Yeah, he makes whether he plays the outfield or third base, it makes no difference. He's going to give you 100%, although he's a better third baseman than he is outfielder.
I can agree, as it'll bring up the top of the order in Sage Jenko, the center fielder, who is 0 for 1 as the first strikeout victim for McGuff today. First pitch to Jenko is swing and a miss for strike one. Looked like a breaking ball on that one from McGuff.
And he lost some kind, it must be an ankle, I guess it's an ankle brace.
Yeah, probably covering his shins.
Yeah.
McGuff with an 0-1 count will kick and fire. A ball just on the outside corner. Count now even at 1 with 1 out.
And I'm looking and seeing something very unusual. No. All right, no.
The 1-1. Called strike on the outside corner as Long, in that particular at-bat, moved up in front of the third base bag. Maybe he was guessing a short hit. The 1-2 is outside for a ball. Count now 2-2. Sage Jenko, the left-handed batter, against the right-handed pitcher, McGuff.
Did he not strike out on a high fastball?
Yes, he did. Swing, grounded to Phillips, will handle it himself and tag the first base bag for out number 2. And that'll bring up Wander Franco, the third baseman, who had the double off the Bud Light Line patio wall out in right field. McGuff will kick and fire for the first pitch. Swing and a miss. That looked like the slider.
Yeah, and looking for the fastball. See, he jumped on that first pitch last time up, got that double. So he was swinging on the first pitch, and it was a bad one.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Another breaking pitch. See, he didn't look too good.
That one dipped a lot.
Right. He doesn't look too good with the breaking pitch. Come back with the same thing, low outside.
The 0-2.
There it is.
Yes. That's a slider in the dirt.
Right. Didn't go after it, but that's the right pitch.
Calabrese kind of knew it, too.
Right.
It was a go, and he blocked it enough, but the ball rolled down the third base side. Luckily, there's no one out on base with 2 outs. 1-2 the count. No score, top of the third. McGuff dealing. He'll kick and fire for the 1-2. Check swing, and that ball will go foul into the net above the Otters dugout on the first base side. And it looks like Castro will toss that ball into the stands for a lucky fan.
Right.
McGuff wasting no time, the 1-2. Check swing doesn't go.
Doesn't go.
And that count now will be 2-2. So it looks like it was the slider lown away and trying to get the batter, Franco, to chase.
Right. He's not chasing that.
2-2. Check swing once more. It was high and inside for a ball. Count moving to full as McGuff wanted him to chase the high and inside pitch like he did the previous batter.
And that was a good call, but he just didn't go for the bait. This guy's not a fisherman.
The 3-2. Check swing. Did he go? No. And that'll be ball 4. McGuff not liking that call, so it'll be the first walk issued by him for the game.
Well, if you notice, all of his...
Excuse
me. All of his breaking pitches that he threw were low and outside, and they were good pitches, although they were balls, but Franco never went after him. He had very good discipline there.
Shane Hughes now the batter. 2 RBIs on the year. First pitch to Hughes is a called strike. He's the leading batter in batting average for the Wild Things. Batting at .354 this season. McGuff with a deep breath. 0-1 the count. They'll be lined down the first base line, a base hit. Rounding second, heading to third will be Franco. Heading to second with a double will be Hughes. And now runners on second and third with 2 outs.
Okay, he needs this guy for a strikeout. Runners are on second and third. Calabrese and him are getting together with Patty, and they should. You're calling.
Probably telling him to take a deep breath. They've been jumping on him a little bit, so they probably need to mix up the pitching selection.
Well, you're right. What he's been throwing is mostly those sliders, whereas curveball is one of his best pitches, and he hasn't thrown that many curves. A lot of sliders, yes, but not too many curves.
Bring up the batter, Hector Roa, who's playing right field today. First pitch
There's
is
the curve. Yeah.
High and outside, just a bit outside for a ball. Count at 1-0.
And that's the pitch he led this guy off with the first time up, and it was a strike.
Yep, Roa is a strikeout victim of McGuff back in the first inning. Runners on second and third for the Wild Things. 2 outs, top of the third. McGuff will kick and fire for the 1-0, and that'll be a ball low and away. Yeah. Count now at 2-0.
Yeah.
High weather today at 90 degrees. It's sunny and overall a pretty good day for baseball. We got a pretty good crowd here at Bosse Field. We got a lot of loyal Otters fans as always. McGuff, the 2-0. Ball outside. He's trying to get Roa to chase, and he's not going to bite. So now it's 3-0, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. So probably a strike up and coming from McGuff. Doesn't want to have the bases loaded.
Well, I think, Dave, every time he pitches, he's trying to throw a strike. Well, no, I'll take that back. Majority time.
The 3-0 chopper, and that will go foul behind.
Right.
Calabrese, the catcher, into the net and out of play.
Only time you don't want to throw a strike is when you got 2 strikes and no balls on the batter. You don't want to give him a strike.
Right. McGuff takes a deep breath, kicks and fires to the 3-1. That'll be high. That'll be ball 4. Bases now loaded for the Wild Things in the top of the third. 2 outs, and if you're the Wild Things, this is a golden opportunity to try to get the Otters ace rattled. And bring up J.J. Fernandez, who's a switch hitter as a first baseman. Fernandez coming into this game batting .236 with 6 RBIs and a home run. In his third season of independent baseball. 8 as a professional. First pitch from McGuff is a swing and a miss for strike 1.
High and up around the letters and inside. He was really tied up. If you notice how close he is to the batter's box, see when he extends his arms, he's way out over the plate. So you want to keep it in tight.
Bases loaded. 2 outs. 0-1 the count. McGuff will kick and fire. Swing and a miss for strike 2 from Fernandez. Big pitch right here, Bill.
Well, again, now this is the one I'd come up high again with the 2 strikes, like we were saying. You don't want to throw a strike. It looks like he'll climb the ladder, so I'd go high with this guy.
McGuff, another deep breath. Kicks and fires the 0-2. Chopper over to Cronin at second, fields it on a hop, and will throw it over to Phillips in time to end the threat. 4-3 on the putout, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. No score. Couple of hits, and as the bases were left loaded, here at Bosse Field, you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
The 4th Annual Burdette Blues Festival on Saturday, July 6th at the Burdette Park Pavilion will feature some of the best blues acts in our area. There'll be barbecue, food trucks, and a beer garden. General admission at the gate will provide ongoing support for blues music in the tri-state. 12 years and younger will get in free. For more information, check out the 91.5 FM WUEV Facebook page or visit EvansvilleBlues.com.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
91.5 WUEV would like to thank the Boca Lounge for its support. Thursdays, get all the blues you can use with Bosco France and Friends at 6 p.m. Then at 9:30, it's open mic with the On Tap Project. The Boca Lounge, 1007 Parrott Street in downtown Evansville.
Otters baseball, Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call as we are in the bottom of the third. No score here at Bossy Field. Rob Calabrese to the plate, who hit his first home run as an Otter in Game 1 of the day-night doubleheader against Gateway. Solo shot over the left field wall at 320 feet.
Yep, big home run, 2 RBIs, and
first pitch to Calabrese is in the air, foul territory, and the catcher Herbert almost made the catch, sliding into the third base dugout where the Wild Things are located, and with the missed catch, it'll be a long strike one.
Yeah, it's a long way down when you go down that dugout. I know, I felt it. I fell there one time.
The 0-1 to Calabrese.
Strike.
That'll be a called strike right down the heart of the plate, making the count at 0-2.
Did we ever find out from where he was from Staten Island?
Not exactly. I should ask him. I'll probably ask him tomorrow.
Yes.
Next pitch is low and away for a ball. Count at 1-2. That pitch was in the dirt. Playing on the edge of the outfield grass is Marr and Hughes at shortstop and second base respectively. And this pole will always be in my way, I think.
Ooh.
Next pitch will be low and away for a ball. In the dirt once more, evening the count at 2. No outs. Bottom of the third. Otters have yet to have a hit. The 2-2 be little inside, hovering around the inside corner. Instead, it's a ball. Count now full.
We haven't had a runner on base yet.
Not at all. The 3-2 fly ball, shallow left field. Fennell takes a few steps to his left and will make the catch for out number 1.
One of our outfielders, when you were on the road, you said there was he dropped it or something. Was that Hansen that dropped the ball, or somebody dropped the ball? Or misjudged it or something, anyway.
I'm trying to think. As Jack Meggs, who's playing center field tonight, will step to the plate. Meggs has 2 home runs as well. He's got 7 RBIs, including a 3-run home run in Game 2 against the Gateway Grizzlies in the day-night doubleheader. First pitch to Meggs is a ball low in the dirt inside. Count at 1-0 with 1 out. The 1-0 is low in the dirt once more for a ball, making the count at 2-0. There's a pop-up in the infield for Gould, and he didn't put his second hand behind the glove to make the catch.
That's what it was. Yes, okay, that's what it was, yeah.
The 2-0 rolls behind the catcher Herbert, moving the count to 3-0 to Jack Meggs.
Yeah, I remember you saying he didn't catch it 2 hands or didn't put the glove. Yes, that was what it was.
Yeah, I think it hit the edge part of the glove and
the heel
just
of
couldn't
the
seal
glove.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Fly ball.
No.
First base side, and the first baseman Fernandez will make the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
See, that there's something I disagree with. 3 balls, no strikes. He's having trouble. Don't swing out well, whatever. Anyway.
We'll bring up J.J. Gould, who played his first action in the Gateway Grizzlies series, as well as the rest of this one. Yeah. He had a spot on his back that required 5 stitches.
Wow.
So we're glad to see him back.
5 stitches, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, the Jacksonville State alumnus. former draft pick of the Miami Marlins organization. He played in the first pitch to JJ is 1-0. He played for the Greensboro he played in Jupiter, but also the Greensboro Grasshoppers.
Oh, yeah, the Greensboro. Okay. My brother probably watched him.
Oh, yeah? The next pitch is outside for a called strike.
Yeah, Jack lives in Burlington. And that was...
1-1 is low and inside for a ball. Count moving to 2-1.
Yeah, one of his, and when he wanted to see a ball game, just got in the car and drove 30 miles to go and see it. And that's when he was a special assistant to the owner.
The 2-1, the called strike.
Too high.
There's a little high, touching the outside corner, moving the count to 2-2.
I'd like to say hello to Oliver, the physical therapist taking care of my wife.
We appreciate that.
I tell you, he's doing an excellent job, and he's from the East, by the way, New York.
All right.
And very friendly, and he now is an Otter fan.
All right.
Once he come in, and he said, my wife told him I do the radio, and he said, "Oh, you're famous." So I said, no.
The 3-2 to Gould, ball 4, back-to-back pitches low in the dirt for a ball. Gould will be the first base runner for the Otters today.
Right. So Oliver wanted the picture. My wife had to take a picture of him and I, and oh my God! And I said, "You're doing a great job." And I said, "I'm going to mention you on the radio." Oh. And he got so excited. I don't know, but anyway, Oliver, you're out there listening.
I hope your wife's doing well.
She's not. Okay. She was talking to Oliver today, and she might be going to. Back tomorrow. We'll have to see.
Well, I wish her the best.
Yeah.
First pitch to Cronin is low in the dirt for a ball. Count at 1-0 to Cronin. We want to say hello to the Cronins. He lives in a very nice neighborhood back in Orland Park, Illinois. A very nice middle-class neighborhood. I had the pleasure to visit his neighborhood when the Thunderbolts broadcaster, Terry Bonadonna, drove me around the area in Crestwood, Illinois, as the next pitch to Cronin is foul down the third base side and out of play. We see a young fan with popcorn, as it is $2 Tuesday here at Bossy Field. $2 tickets and $2 popcorn today. The 1-1 to Cronin is a ball low and away. So we got $2 Tuesday for tickets, $2 popcorn, and number 2 at the plate.
And two balls and 2 outs.
Yes.
So that would be 4 out of 5. You can't beat it.
Nope. The 2-1. Ground ball to the second baseman Hughes, throwing over to Fernandez for the 4-3 putout and the third out of the inning. Otters leave J.J. Gould at first as we head to the top of the 4th. No score between the Otters and Wild Things. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road. The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
rather smooth introduction as we head into the top of the fourth. No score between the Otters and Wild Things. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. We'll bring up Herbert, the catcher, followed by Adams and Fennell. McGuff on the mound for his fourth inning of duty. And the first pitch is a called strike in the outside corner. 0-1 the count to Herbert. Herbert going into this game is batting .319 with a home run and 9 RBIs. Next pitch is a swing and a miss on a fastball. Count at 0-2.
You know, I was out in San Diego one time watching San Diego State. My brother's...
the Aztecs.
Yes, my brother's...
the 0-2. Ground ball to Phillips.
Ooh,
Great
what a
diving
play.
stop. Will run over to first and tag first base in time.
What a play.
You know what, Bill? He would have been called safe, the runner, Herbert, if he just ran through the bag.
That's right.
Instead, it'll be a great unassisted out by Dakota Phillips, the Iron Man of this baseball team. One away here in the top of the fourth.
I was going to say my brother, my brother's son, Casey, who is director of player procurement for the Washington Nationals now, one of those big shot executive men. He was the catcher for the San Diego Aztecs. And Jack asked me, he said, why don't you go out and watch, Casey play and give me what your opinion is. That's kind of rough, when you're evaluating your own family. And anyway, the game got over, and I said, you know what was unusual? I said, Casey, the way he called the ball game, it was fastball, fastball, curve. Every batter, fastball, fastball, curve. I said, Jack.
The 1-1, swing and a miss for strike two.
If you were paying attention, you would know. One fastball, two, first pitch fastball, second pitch fastball. I said, you just jump on the curveball. I said, that's, Casey ought to change.
The 1-2 from McGuff. Swing and a miss for strike three.
He said
two away.
It's not Casey calling the game. It's the coach, and that is the way he calls year after year. Can you imagine? My God, to me, that's a bad coach. It's even badder for the coaches he's playing against that don't jump on it and take advantage of it.
First pitch from McGuff is a called strike in the outside corner to Mick Fennell, the left fielder, who struck out his last time up in the second.
Yeah, Casey better watch his job. Washington's not doing too good now.
Swing and a miss make the count 0-2 to Fennell.
I was kidding my brother. I talked to my brother today, and I said, they're doing so terrible.
The 0-2, swing and a miss on a high fastball, and that'll end the inning. McGuff retires the Wild Things 1-2-3 with back-to-back strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the fourth. No score here at Bossy Field as you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations, west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters.
As the next pitch from Wahoo.
Whoa, whoa, or wah-wah?
I could go for wah-wah right now. Always good to have a little bit of joking around up here in the booth as Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune here on the call. No score in the bottom of the fourth. 0-1 to count to Keith Grieshaber. Next pitch is a called strike. Count now quickly 0-2. His first strike was a swing and a miss on a ball low in the dirt. The 0-2 to Keith. Third base side. Off the backhand from Franco. He will be out as the first baseman Fernandez first and out number one.
Yeah.
Good thing by Keith, though. He hustled down that first base line.
He did. That's what made it a close play. Now, if that was me running, I probably would have been out by 30 feet.
What about in your prime?
Well, I not only like to carry the piano, I like to sing while I was carrying it going down that base.
They'll bring up Brian Long, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to second.
And Chandler.
First pitch, first swing, and this ball is out of here. Fifth home run of the season for Ryan Long. He gets the Otters on the board. 1-0, thanks to the man from Crandall, Texas.
And if you watch the right fielder, he took 2 steps, turned around, and he watched it go out of the ballpark. I know Grandma, Grandpa, Mom, and Dad put the rosaries away. He got another one.
That'll get things going.
Oh, when he gets that quick swing on that high inside pitch, it's gone. He chases too many high outside, but that high inside, it's gone.
And that was really quick, too.
Oh, yeah. Boom, boom.
Bring up Dakota Phillips with 1 out. First pitch to Phillips is low and away for a ball. Count at 1-0.
Let's see. How many games have we played?
We're going into game 16.
16, and Ryan has got 5 home runs already.
Yep. Next pitch to Phillips is low and away for a ball. Count now at 2-0. Austin will kick and fire. Next pitch is low and outside for a ball. Moving the count to 3-0.
Right.
Phillips in his last 10 games. He is batting .333 with 12 hits, 10 RBIs, and 3 home runs. That'll be a called strike to Phillips on the outside corner, moving the count to 3-1.
Good.
He's been a really good addition to this Otters baseball team.
Good, and I'm glad he didn't swing on a 3-0 count.
The 3-1 to Phillips. That'll be high, ball 4. And after the home run by Ryan Long, the pitcher, Michael Austin, will issue a walk.
Yeah, could have shook him up. Shaking him, shooking him.
And that'll bring up Carlos Castro, the designated hitter who was down on strikes his first at-bat, back in the second inning. Now, there are times where Carlos will swing at pitches low in the dirt that should have been a ball.
Right, because he, like I said,
First pitch is a swing and a miss for a strike.
He stands so far away from the plate, he cannot hit the outside corner. And anything that's slightly away, it's a strike. I mean, he swings and he misses. He can't. He needs a sailor's oar to hit one.
Fly ball, right field, playable for Roa, and he'll make the catch for out number 2.
See, this is when you look at these guys in batting practice and you look and say, hey, look, you can't touch that outside. What you should do is always when a batter's up there, take the bat and extend it over the plate. Can you cover the outside of the plate? No. Then move in. If you're too far out, move back.
Bring up Mitchell Hansen. Grounded out to second base his first time out, the Plano, Texas native. First pitch to Mitchell is a called strike on the outside corner. Dakota Phillips at first base. Long puts the Otters on the board with a solo home run. And Hansen at the plate, former second-round pick out of the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. Next pitch is low and away to Hansen for a ball, evening the count at 1, 2 outs here at Bosse Field. $2 Tuesday. If you haven't gotten your popcorn, I suggest you go get them. It's $2.
I haven't got any.
I'll make sure to get some for you, Bill. Fly ball, and that will go foul down the left field line right by the picnic table out there on the third base side.
It kept tailing away, and that's what we talk about, playing left field and right field with an opposite batter where the ball slices away. It doesn't stay in the field, just keeps slicing and away from you.
1-2 the count to Hansen. And the pitch from
Ooh,
Austin is low away near the feet of Hansen. Count now even at 2.
And that catcher, Herbert, made a great stop. Otherwise, we'd have a runner on second base.
Yeah, Phillips has the speed. He's a pretty solidly built athlete.
So he couldn't run in the Olympics, is that what you're saying? He doesn't qualify?
If he trained, I think he could. Fly ball, left field, and this will go foul as well. Same direction over the 10 on the third base side and out of play.
I went to prep school with a kid that ran in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah?
And I went to college with someone that ran in the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
And so I've had...
Did they win a medal?
No. In fact, in college, I beat the Olympic.
The 2-2 ground ball, first base side. Fernandez will get the out unassisted, but the Otters get on the board with a solo home run from Ryan Long. After 4, Otters 1, Wild Things nothing. You listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at ibew16.net.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Warming up out there for the top of the 5th. We had hitting coach Bobby Siegel catch a few of his pitches, and that's important because we want to say hello to his brother, Matt Siegel, who I had a pleasure to meet on the Gateway Series as he joined me on the broadcast booth. He's a fine listener to our broadcast, and we want to say a special hello to Matt Siegel, his wife, and he's got a little baby girl who's about 9 months old.
Well, that's very nice of you. Yes, I heard, Matt. Seems like...
Next pitch from McGuff is a strike called. Count moving quickly to 0-2. The first pitch was also a called strike.
He's always a guest radio announcer when the Otters play out there in Gateway.
Next pitch is low in the dirt for a ball, moving the count at 1-2. And he wanted to join me against River City, so he went to 4 of the 6 games.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and we had some technical difficulties, sadly, but maybe next time around, Matt can join me on the call. Ground ball to Cronin, throws it over to Phillips in time.
Wow.
That was pretty close. Running down the first base line, hit pocket eye socket was Marr, but Cronin gets over there to Phillips in time for out number 1.
Right. I hope Mr. Cronin realizes one thing. Next time that guy gets a ground ball to him, he better get rid of the ball fast because that guy went down that baseline. Boom, boom. And
it'll bring up top of the order, and Sage Jenko will be to the plate.
You know, I'll tell you what, you ever hear of Wichita, Kansas, a semi-pro championship out there?
I've heard of Wichita State, the college known for their basketball team.
Well, the semi-pro tournaments are held out in Wichita.
Swing and a miss. Count now even at 1. The first pitch was a ball.
And my hometown, we won the state every year, so we went out to play in Wichita in this national Wichita, Kansas tournament. And the first year we were there, our third baseman, Gene Munn, hit a slow grounder to third base, and the third baseman took his time. Munn could run. We ended up winning the game all because of that.
Oh, wow.
He outraced the ball because he took his time. You can't, when you don't judge the speed of the runner, you can find yourself in trouble.
Next pitch is low and away for a ball. Count now at 3-1 with 1 out.
Yeah, I know you probably never heard of B.B. Richards.
3-1. The pitch is low and in the dirt for a ball 4. So that'll be the second walk issued by McGuff today.
Yeah, B.B. Richards. You ever hear of him?
I don't think so.
Okay, he played center field for Chicago White Sox.
Oh, okay.
I scouted him. I guess it was back in 1969, 1970. He played for Southern College, I think, down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He played shortstop. He had one of the greatest.
First pitch from McGuff to Wander Franco is a ball low and away. Count now at 1-0.
He had one of the greatest arms you ever saw. He'd charge in, playing short, charge in, pick up the ball, hold it for a minute, and then unleash it. And you were running down the first, and you think you got a chance. I mean, that guy had a gun. He had a rocket. I shouldn't say a gun.
Always going to have a...
Yeah, he ended up playing
like
center field because of that arm.
Oh, wow. Swing and a miss. That count will be even at 1 to Wander Franco.
B.B. Richards.
Franco spent last season with the Giants farm system after being selected in the AAA phase of the 2017 Rule 5 draft.
For what club?
The Giants.
The Giants.
Next pitch is a called strike from McGuff. Count now at 1-2, 1 out. Runner on first base in Jenko with the issued walk from McGuff. 1-0 Otters the score off the solo home run from Ryan Long. We're in the top of the 5th as we are at sunset here in Bosse Field. And apparently a balk has been issued. And that just moves the runner over to second. The home. Okay. I thought balk sometimes meant that there would be a walk issued to the batter and the batter would go to first.
No. The runner advances.
And manager Andy McCauley out there to...
Where the batter would be out if you had a squeeze play and the batter stood in the blocking the plate from avoiding the catcher, tagging him, then the batter is called out and the runner has to go back to third.
Got it.
Or if you're the batter and the runner going from first to second, the ball hits that runner, the runner's out and first base, the batter gets a base hit.
Franco still at the plate. Runner now on second and Jenko after the walk. Or the balk. The 1-2. That pitch is low and away in the dirt for a ball. Evening the count at 2 with 1 out.
Yeah,
we got Long playing above, or in front of, the third base bag. We got Phillips playing behind the first base bag. Cronin and Gould playing closer to second base. Both infielders on the edge of the outfield grass. This is a swing and a miss, and strike 3. Another strikeout for McGuff, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
And I believe that makes Patty's 7th strikeout.
That's right.
What do you have, 12 in the first game, 7 in the second game?
10 in the second.
10 in the second and 7
in the
So now 7
third.
again.
Yes.
So 7 and 7, 14 and 10 is 24, and 12, 26, 36.
Okay.
Wow.
Next pitch from McGuff is low in the dirt. Calabrese throws the mask off right away.
I'd say he's the strikeout leader in the league. That many strikeouts, that's an awful lot of strikeouts.
We'd have to double-check the statistical database, but it sounds about right.
Yeah.
Runner at second base, 1-0 Otters, top of the fifth. McGuff, the 1-0. Ground ball past McGuff, but fielded by Gould. Throws it over to Phillips, and time for the third out. Runner left stranded at second base as we head to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 Otters, the score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Bottom of the fifth, 1-0 Otters, the score. And the first pitch to Rob Calabrese is a called strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, attending tonight's game is Secret Weapon Bruce. And Andy's not going to call on him because he's not in uniform tonight.
Okay. Next pitch to Calabrese is low and inside, this time for a ball. Count it 1-1.
Secret Weapon has been here so long. He's like the stadium, you know. He's got good vibes.
The 1-1 is inside for a ball, moving the count to 2-1 as stadium was built in 1915.
1915.
The third oldest baseball park in America, behind Wrigley Field in Chicago and Fenway Park in Boston.
Right.
The swing and a miss from Calabrese makes the count at 2-2.
I played in Fenway. I never played in Wrigley, but I did play in Fenway. I hit 3 home runs there.
Got it. The 2-2 from the pitcher, Austin. Ground ball through the hole, a base hit.
Base hit. He just reached out, low outside pitch, reached out, made contact, and it dribbled right up the middle for a base hit. You know, tomorrow in the Courier Press, it'll look like a line drive.
That'll bring up Jack Meggs, who's playing center fielder tonight for Hunter Cullen, who we hope is feeling better soon. He suffered an injury on the recent road trip.
Yeah, well, we know Hunter's parents generally are listeners, and no, I don't know how many of them watch the Otter Digital Network, but that's a great opportunity.
Yep. Ground ball caught at second base by Hughes.
Double play.
And he throws it over to first in time. So Hughes dove, caught the ball on the ground as he threw it over to Marr, the shortstop, for the first out, and then threw it back over to Fernandez for the 4-6-3 double play.
Well, it was confusing to Calabrese because he thought it was caught in the air.
That's right.
So he reverted back to first base. So you can't fault him. We had a better vision. You know, we can see things that they can't.
We'll bring up J.J. Gould, who walked his first time up. First pitch to J.J. is a called strike on the outside corner, says home plate umpire Bob Davis. Austin hasn't pitched too bad for the Wild Things. He just has surrendered the home run to Long.
No, and the Otters aren't doing bad at the plate. They only have 2 strikeouts compared to what they have been having. So, therefore, they're making contact, which is good.
They only have 2 hits to show for it, though.
Well, that's okay. They'll fall in. As long as you're swinging the bat and you're making contact, the ball will drop in. Or, in Ryan Long's case, it'll drop over.
Right, over the fence.
Over the fence.
0-2 the count to Gould. Pitch from Phillips is low and away. Pitch from Austin is low and away for a ball. Count at 1-2. 2 outs, 1-2 the count. Ground ball down the third base side and out of play. Otters have their only run on a Ryan Long home run back in the bottom of the 4th. Foul ball once more down the first base side and out of play. Well, today, Bill, in 1951, after going 0 for 12, Willie Mays connects for his first major league hit, a home run off Braves pitcher Warren Spahn, but the Giants would lose 4-1.
One of the greatest pitchers of all time, left-hand pitcher who played here in 1939, I believe, Warren Spahn.
The 2-2 to Gould, fly ball and foul.
And I think I mentioned it that he was a lieutenant in the Army and was in the Normandy invasion. Not only a great pitcher, but a great soldier and hero.
The 2-2. Fly ball.
Oh, my
caught.
God. Did
Great
he get
snag
robbed?
there by Franco at third.
Did he get robbed? Wow. Anyway.
Gould, if that ball went through, would have at least been a double. Great snag there in the air, moving to his left by a few steps in the third baseman, Wander Franco, and that will end the inning. We head to the top of the 6th. No 1-0 the score as you listen to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
The local Pepsi bottling group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi bottling group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Since 1994, Slays Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slays Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slays Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Hi, this is Zane Clodfelter of the Evansville Otters, and you're listening to WUEV Sports on 91.5 FM.
Well, we thank you, Zane, for the intro as we are back here live at Bossy Field. 0-2 the count quickly to Hector Roa. A foul ball and a swing and a miss for a strike. McGuff will kick and fire for the 0-2. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. That'll be one away here in the 6th. Second strikeout tonight for Roa. That'll be 8 on the night for Patrick McGuff as Dave Nguyen Bill McCune on the call, and the Irishman looking good on the mound.
Oh, you ain't kidding, Patty.
That'll bring up J.J. Fernandez, who was involved in that great snag by the second baseman Hughes in that particular sequence in the bottom of the fifth.
It always happens when you make an outstanding play in the field. For some reason, you always seem to bat in the upcoming inning.
Fly ball. This will drop over the head of, looks like, Gould and Cronin, and Mags wasn't able to make the catch, so Gould and Cronin were out there to try to make the catch over their heads and was not able to locate the ball. It'll be a single, and to the plate
I tell you,
will be Herbert, the catcher.
I'm happy that he got a base hit in a sense. Those who can't see but hear us, J.J. and Cronin both went after and back at second base for that, both watching the ball, not knowing the path that either one is taking. And we nearly had a colossal collision. And thank God that they didn't. And so, you know, I'd rather base hit than have two guys in the hospital.
No, Fernandez will be the next batter. He's 1 for 2 tonight. No, excuse me, Herbert. 1 for 2 tonight is Lucas Herbert. And the next pitch is a ball low and away. First pitch was a ball, so the count now 2-0. 1 out. Runner on first base. McGuff will check the runner at first. Takes a deep breath, kicks and fires for the 2-0. Fly ball, foul territory. Phillips running under it. Can he make the catch? And he does! On his knees in the dirt, reaches across his body towards the right-hand side, reaching his glove over there to make the catch for a spectacular out number 2.
Well, I'm glad you saw it because I was boxed out, and it's always great to have an outstanding play.
It's a 2 away here in the top of the fifth, or excuse me, top of the sixth. 1-0 Otters, the score. On the Ryan Long solo home run, it'll bring up the designated hitter Blake Adams. He was 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Fastball right there from McGuff, moving the count to 0-1.
He has missed that particular pitch every time. Keep it up by his letters. He can't get his arms up fast enough to make contact.
The 0-1.
There it is.
That'll be a fly ball down the first base side and out of play.
And come back at the same pitch, high and tight.
Count now at 0-2. Runner on first, 2 outs. The 0-2 from McGuff. Fly ball, left field, going back is Grieshaber, and he'll make the catch at the warning track for out number 3. First start in left field, and Keith is looking just fine.
I know, and if you notice, Patty gave him 2 high fastballs. He swung, missed on one. He bowed it. Then he comes in with a slider right waist high, and it didn't have a good break, and that's what drove it, you know. Anyway, let's be grateful, thankful.
Yeah. Mags and his teammates will give him a pat on the back for that catch out in the left field as we head to the bottom of the sixth. 1-0 Otters the score. You listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Sheet Metal Workers Local 20 and SMACNA, the Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors National Association, have the most qualified sheet metal and HVAC contractors in the Evansville area. To find a list of our qualified union contractors, visit union.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Cronin lifts this one to center field. Going back is Jenko, and he'll make the catch at the warning track. And time for out number one. That ball was driven at least 390 feet to dead center.
Well, if you notice, Cronin does hit a lot of fly balls, deep fly balls to center field. That would be home runs in many, many of the ballparks in Frontier League.
That'll bring up Keith Grieshaber, tonight's left fielder, who made the amazing catch out in left field to the warning track in the top of the sixth.
He did make a good catch. I watched him. He raced to that fence, and somehow he made the catch. Got to give him credit. Especially, he's an infielder, right?
Yes. Takes the first pitch, low for a ball. Second pitch was near his head as he backs out in the batter's box, and we'll have a 2-0 count with one out.
Is there a history? Does he have a history of ever playing the outfield?
I think he
college
has,
or something.
I think I'd have to look back, but I'm pretty sure he's played shortstop, third. This ball is drifted to left field, and it will be over the fence.
No, it isn't. It's up against the fence, and he's getting into second base
with a double.
Yeah, and not taking anything away from him. He, like you, thought it was out of here the way the left fielder looked at it. In fact, he was looking at the fence, assuming that it was out, but what he was really doing was playing that fence to get the ricochet. And I think Keith thought it was out, looking at the outfielder as well, therefore he trotted, which I don't think he'd get more than the double anyway, but it was a hard hit ball anyway, whether it's
No, it looked close. I think the white ball blended with the white paint of the Budweiser sign that's located out there in left center. So, I mean, I knew it was borderline going to the fence, so I wanted to give Keith the better hit of the two.
I think you were faked out by that outfielder the way he went after that ball.
Combination of both, because he went back and then he stopped.
Yeah.
Ryan Long to the plate, and he takes the first pitch, ball at his feet.
Yeah,
with the count at 1-0.
You assumed, and I'm quite sure many people assumed that it was over the fence, but he was really stopping so he could get the ricochet off the fence.
So Long, the last time he was up, he hit the solo home run, and that's the difference in this game as the Otters lead 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Long is low and away for a ball. Count now moving to 2-0. Runner on second base and Keith Grieshaber. There's one out.
And they got a lefty down there warming up real quick.
Can't figure out the number from here. We'll get to that probably the next inning.
19, 20, 19, or let's see.
Well, the next pitch to Long will be low and inside for a ball. Count now moving to 3-0 with one out.
It might be B.J. Sabo.
He's got a sidearm.
Yeah.
Sidearm release.
Well, we got 3-0.
Yep.
Okay. Andy lets him swing, so.
This next pitch will be ball 4. Long has a pretty good eye up there at the plate, and that'll be a walk.
I know. You're right. He does have a good eye. And but, you know, when you're given the green light on a 3-0, you're kind of anxious and you're swinging at anything. And that is what I don't like.
Well, next we'll bring up Dakota Phillips. He walked his last time up, and then he struck out back in the second. But he's been one of the more consistent Otters batters.
Yeah.
And he's been a stalwart out there in the field, playing first base, catcher, DH if necessary. He's been a really good, valuable asset to this Otters baseball club. Yeah. Another Texas boy as well.
Yeah, big Texas, big T.
The 1-2 to Phillips the first pitch to Phillips is a ball low and away. Count now at 1-0. Runners on first and second. Griesaber on second with his double, and Long at first with the walk. Otters lead 1-0. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This ball is lifted in the air to left field. Backtracking is Fennell, and he will make the catch to the warning track. Keith will go into third base.
Wow.
Safe.
What a throw! My God, right against the wall.
Fennell threw that on a line after making the catch at the warning track.
Right, and it was perfect. The third baseman never moved, and it was a perfect throw. My God, telling you one thing: don't take the extra base on that guy.
Keith not afraid to get dirty as looks like he's got a nice big dirt mark across the chest after sliding in head first to third base. It'll bring up Carlos Castro with a pretty good opportunity to knock in an RBI. Runners on now second and third for the Otters with 2 outs.
Yeah,
they have a 1-0 lead.
Carlos second in RBIs with 10. He doesn't have that many hits, but he's got a lot of RBIs.
The ground ball through the hole.
That's an RBI.
And it will be an RBI at least.
Base hit.
I'll wait for the official ruling because I've been wrong
right
before.
Now, it's a base hit.
Okay.
They're going to agree with me. There you go.
All right.
There you go, base hit.
I didn't want Zane to yell at me as he did the last time, so.
Oh, Zane yelled at. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did he put you on timeout?
Yeah. I think he put me in the corner, like they did in elementary school. Otters increased their lead by a score of 2-0 on the RBI single from Carlos Castro, and that's big for his confidence because, Bill, we've seen times where Carlos will swing at pitches that are just low and away for a ball, and he'd swing and miss for a strike.
That was low and away, and he
he just poked at it?
And he just poked at it, and again, it was a little trickler that got by. Shortstop had enough room to go, but he lost his footing. He wouldn't have thrown anyone out anyway, but the thing is, it's just a slow trickler just to get by.
So it'll bring in a reliever, and you're right, Bill, it'll be left-handed pitcher number 19, B.J. Sable.
Yep.
He's got a sidearm release, sometimes over the top. He's got a fastball, a slider, and a changeup.
Yeah. And he's from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Where the heck is that?
I don't know, but in high school he played football in addition to baseball.
He's a sidearmer, right?
He went to Indiana.
Oh, really?
For college, yep.
Oh, he's got to be good then.
Yep, he pitched, and he was one of the Washington Wild Things returners from last year's staff to this year. Yeah. 2-time academic All-Big Ten, and they had the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award nominee at Indiana University. So he is a Hoosier as well as Zane Klonfelter.
Well, I'll tell you what, IU has a beautiful baseball stadium.
They are the Big Ten champions.
Oh, yeah, I know.
This year.
Yeah.
Sable comes in with will be his 10th appearance. He's coming in with a 4.5 ERA. At one point, he had a scoreless inning streak of 3.1 innings, so 3 1/3.
Well, Zane's mother and father have season football tickets.
That's right.
That's why he's
and he's proud to say that, too.
Oh, yeah. He drives up there every weekend at their home, and he watches. And, he's got that IU seal on the car. Zane's a real nice guy anyway to begin with. So.
100%.
Yeah. The only thing is I don't get my name on to say 91.5.
But Paul's got more interesting bites from you as Mitchell Hansen to the plate. 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Otters. First pitch to Hansen is low and away for a ball as the delivery from Sable, as mentioned in the notes, is he's got a sidearm rotation. It's a little unusual for the audience to see out there.
Low and
1-0 the pitch. Sidearm once more for a strike.
It's very difficult to pick a ball up when they're thrown in that angle because normally you would be picking it up when he's got it in a catapult type delivery.
Right. The 1-1. That'll be a ball outside, moving the count to 2-1 to Hansen.
Yeah, anytime a batter can't pick the ball up before the pitcher releases the ball, he's at a disadvantage. And in this guy, he's hiding that ball until it's coming at you.
Next pitch is a ball and that sidearm delivery, moving the count to 3-1. Yeah. We got Ryan Long on third base. We have Carlos Castro on first after the RBI single that scored Keith Grieshaber to extend the Otters lead to 2-0. The 3-1 to Hansen is a called strike on the outside corner. I don't know if Keith either he doesn't like the particular delivery of the pitcher or that wasn't his pitch to hit. It'll bring the count full. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Sable kicks and fires. That'll be a swing and a miss for strike 3. But the Otters do add another run on the board thanks to the RBI single from Carlos Castro, started by the double on the left center wall by Keith Grieshaber, which we thought for a moment's glance was a home run. We head to the top of the 7th, 2-0 Otters the score. Listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road. The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
4 hits apiece.
Top of the 7th, 2-0 Otters the score. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. McGuff out there for his 7th inning of work. First pitch. Foul ball down behind the catcher, Calabrese. Moving the count to 0-1 to the batter, Fennell. The 0-1 from McGuff. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Right. Come back. Mr. Fennell struck out twice so far. Let's make it Mike.
Fly ball popped up. Foul territory. Calabrese thinks he has it. Will back up and make the catch for the first out of the inning. That was good concentration there by the catcher.
Well, you know, he did the right thing. I don't know if you observed it, Dave, but you notice how he kept the mask in his hand. He located the ball, started toward it, then flipped the mask away so that he didn't trip over his own mask, which a lot of catchers do. They'll flip the mask off and then don't know where they're going.
First pitch is a ball high to the shortstop, Marr.
You know, that's something they should train catchers in spring training about.
Next pitch to Brett Marr is low and away for a ball, moving the count to 2-0 with 1 out.
You know, you don't notice these things. You sit up here in the press box, you see things. When you're down in the field, you don't see those.
Fly ball, foul territory. Can Hansen make it 2 for 2? And He will make the catch. 2 for 2 in foul territory. Out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. Were you able to see that one, Bill?
I'm sorry. No, I didn't.
No.
I'm blocked in with the angle. You're blocked out with the
pole right here on the
there,
second base side. Yep.
I got a better view in certain things, and just like over here to my left, I got a better view than you. You're blocked out by the wall. So.
Got it. Sage Jenko will bring up the top of the order with 2 outs, and he'll have a swing and a miss for a strike 1 from McGuff.
Is he wearing a medal on his
cleats?
No. You see the on the back of his shirt? It looks like a medal.
No, he's got either that. He might have a gold chain or
that's what I'm referring to. Chain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm referring to. I say medal. I didn't mean that. Chain is the word I was looking for. You're right.
There are a lot of players, I think, that like wearing a cross necklace.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed throughout some athletes. So the count is 0-1 after the big whiff from Sage Jenko. McGuff, 64 strikes, 29 balls. The 0-1, high and away. Count moving to 1-1 with 2 outs.
Now the chain has gone back over his neck or down his chest. So he readjusted it.
The 1-1. Ooh, a little low and away. Moving the count to 2-1.
There was
outs.
a Padre pitcher, and we were in spring training down in Yuma, and
the 2-1 from McGuff. Called for a strike 2 right on the inside corner.
He had these various metal chains and all, and the umpire stopped the game and said, take them all off.
Oh, wow.
They're a distraction to the batter.
The 2-2, 2 outs. Foul ball and out of play. Foul into the net near the third base dugout where the Wild Things are located.
Yeah.
So, Bill, we got Deuces Wild again. We got 4 twos.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the batter, you're right.
Swing and a foul ball behind the catcher, Calabrese. Count remains at 2-2 with 2 outs to number 2 here in the top of the 7th.
You don't see that often.
Nope.
2-2.
That's right.
Play that tomorrow.
That'll be a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Pitch, ground ball, foul. As Bill looks like there's a dragonfly right in front of him.
God, is he big? He could carry me away. Where'd he go?
Above your head, and will be up on the ceiling as the count will remain at 2-2.
Yeah. Phil Rizzuto, remember him, was the announcer for the Yankees. Lord be good to him.
2-2. Fly ball, shallow left field. Grieshaber hustling, and he will not be able to make the play as the ball goes to the 10th on the third base side.
Phil Rizzuto would be broadcasting the game, and all of a sudden there'd be some thunder, and he'd be underneath the desk, and then there'd be some lightning, and then he was in his car going home. He was afraid.
Oh boy!
And I can vouch for it because I was on a plane with him in Milwaukee.
The 2-2 from McGuff. Swing and a miss. McGuff ends the Washington Wild Things 1-2-3 with a strikeout. It's stretch time here, and Bossy Field Otters lead this one by a score of 2-0. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV. to the bottom of the 7th. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Otters lead this one by a score of 2-0. Solo home run by Ryan Long, and then an RBI single by Carlos Castro. This will bring up the catcher, Rob Calabrese, who had a single his last time up, but then got caught in the 4-6-3 double play. First pitch to Calabrese is a foul ball down the first base side and out of play. Count moving to 0-1 from B.J. Sable, the sidearm thrower.
Now, just for some edification, Irishman Patty McCuff has pitched 27 innings, and according to my calculations, he's got 48 strikeouts.
Oh, boy.
He's got to be leading the league in strikeouts, and he should be the pitcher of the week.
Let's see if he goes 8 like Randy did the other night. Count even at 1. This pitch is over the pitcher's mound. Fielded by Hughes at first base.
Safe.
And the first baseman, Hernandez, stepped off the bag. And therefore, Calabrese hustling down the first base line will be safe.
Base hit.
And will be ruled a single. So Calabrese is 2 for 2 on the evening. Well, 2 for 3. Back-to-back singles.
That's what you call hustle. You can't beat hustle in sports.
It'll bring up the center fielder tonight, Jack Meggs, who he made a fine catch out in center field earlier in the game.
Oh, I'll say, so far we've had Meggs make a couple catches and Meggs make a couple catches. I mean, outstanding catches, not ordinary.
Grieshaber.
Outstanding.
Meggs will show bunt. Throw down to first. Calabrese was caught.
Ouch.
And he'll get called out. Herbert with the pitch out as he threw down and rifled it to Fernandez. Caught Calabrese as Calabrese did not get back to the first base bag in time, and that'll be 1 away.
Well, did you notice Calabrese's mistake?
He didn't look back, right?
Well, no, you don't run to second base until the batter puts the ball down on the field. I mean, we had a stab at the plate, but the runner, you've got to wait until the ball's bunted. He was in no man's lane. Anyway, there goes a big, you see, they're called mental errors.
Next pitch is low and away. Count now 1-2 to Jack Meggs, and the Washington Wild Things are one of the best fielding teams in the Frontier League. If I check my stats correctly, they have a fielding percentage of 98.6%, only 8 errors.
Oh my God! We've had a couple games where we had 3 errors in a game.
Yes, including, I believe Sunday we had 3 errors.
Yeah.
2-0 out is the score. Bottom of the 7th. Hughes and Marr playing on the edge of the outfield grass. Next pitch to Meggs from the sidearm. B.J. Sable is low and away for a ball. Count now even at 2. I don't know. I don't think I could throw sidearm. I think it might take a special kind of pitcher to throw in that motion. The 2-2, low in the dirt for a ball.
If you notice, that was not a sidearm pitch. That was a 3/4 pitch. But medically, the lower you throw, the better. It doesn't interfere with the deltoids and the other muscles that you got up there in the shoulder.
Oh, wow.
In your scapula and all that stuff.
The Randy Johnson threw sidearm, didn't he?
Yes.
The 3-2. Fly ball foul and out of play behind the catcher, Herbert.
And the Padres, when I was working for the Padres, we nearly got him in one of the biggest trades that ever was formulated. And Randy Johnson was one of them that we wanted from Seattle. That's when he was throwing bullets, but he couldn't find home plate. You know, he might have thrown 4 balls in 1 strike. Nobody wanted him.
The 3-2, and it'll be ball 4. Didn't see any indication from home plate umpire Bob Davis that it was a strike.
Right.
So I think Meggs in a way, kind of lucked out on that one.
Yeah. You know, Roland, oh, boy. Nolan Ryan, there I got it.
There we go.
Nolan Ryan was the same thing when he was with the Mets. He couldn't find home plate.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. But patience. Sandy Koufax. When the Dodgers signed Sandy Koufax, he spent 2 years in the bullpen just learning control and mastering his curveball. See, when Sandy Koufax signed, there was a rule in baseball. If you signed, I think it was under 18 years old or something like that, you had to stay 2 years in the majors. So that's why he was with the Brooklyn Dodgers, not the Los Angeles. So therefore they couldn't, well, they could have used him, but they kept him in the bullpen working on his control. Turned out to be a pretty good pitcher.
Interesting. No, I think sometimes the sidearm can work for you, sometimes it can't. Looks like we got a new pitcher. We'll wait to see what it is we got.
That would be Jesus.
Jesus.
Well, that's right. Okay. No comprende.
Don't worry, he still loves you, Bill.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for staying.
All right, the correct pronunciation is Jesus Bolagar.
Oh, boy. You know, the first words I ever learned in Spanish when I was playing, there wasn't many Spaniards, Latins, I should say, when I was playing. And one of the ones I always learned was bueno.
Right.
That's good.
All right, so Sable's night is done. He went 2/3 innings, allowing 1 hit, no runs, no earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Austin, who started the day for the Wild Things, Michael Austin, went 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And here comes Jesus Bolagar with a runner at first and Jack Meggs. Ryan Long started off the day in the 4th with a solo home run over the Bud Light patio. And then an RBI single by Carlos Castro, who needed that one probably in the worst ways. Had some ups and downs throughout the season. That led up the bottom of the 6th.
I'm going to say this, and you can correct me. Up until, I'm going to say, the last 10 days, Carlos couldn't buy a hit.
Right.
He was striking out more, grounding out. Within the last 2 weeks, I mean, he's 10 RBIs, 4 home runs. Comes up tonight with the second big RBI. It wasn't a blast, but it was good enough to get a run in.
I think the Otters may have benefited from having balls roll over the pitcher's mound and into center field. First pitch to J.J. Gould is a foul ball behind the plate. Count will move to 0-1.
We've got one of the best groundskeepers in the game, Lance Adler out there. He's there with his son, and I tell you what, they keep this field impeccably in shape.
Throw over to first from Jesus Bolagar, and it's not in time to get Meggs. 0-1 the count, 1 out. 2-0 Otters the score. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Otters have 2 runs on 5 hits. The Wild Things have no runs on 4 hits. And they, if you go back, remember, I think to the 3rd inning, they had the bases loaded.
Yes.
And weren't able to score.
It was a ground ball to, there he goes, stealing.
Swing and a miss. Meggs goes down to second base and will be safe with a stolen base.
Now, let's put it this way. That catcher's got a pretty good arm. And he's going to debate at the umpire, I think, the manager. But the catcher bounced that, had a great hop going into second base. And the second baseman made a great tag. But if that was on the bag, he would have been out. The fact that the second baseman had to get the scoop and reach up and then come down allowed our runner to be safe.
So now Otters have a runner on second base in Meggs. 1 out still as we are in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 Otters to score. J.J. Gould at the plate with a 0-2 count with 1 out. We are in nightfall here at Bossy Field. Clear skies throughout the entire day.
And one of our best fans, Rex Robinson, just came up to the booth to show me a picture of him and his Santa Claus, him and his wife in their Santa Claus outfit. And I'll tell you what, they did look original. Rex is one of our faithful fans. I've been coming to these games for years after years after years, and he's always been here.
Well, we appreciate Rex as well as all the loyal and faithful Otter fans out here in what you say, Otterville.
Otterville, that's what we're living in here, Otterville.
The 1-2 to Gould as he had a ball thrown to him in his last pitch. The catcher, Herbert, walks out to the mound to Jesus. In the meantime, we'll get another fact in here, Bill. Today in 1961, losing the first game 14-9 at home to Chicago, the Yankees take the nightcap 5-3 with the help of a Roger Maris home run. Maris's 9th home run of the season is one of 27 hits today in 7 AL games, which was a record. So he had a hit in 7 straight games.
I think I told you I played against Roger Maris in 1953 with Fargo, North Dakota, which was a Cleveland farm club at that time. 17 years old he was.
The 1-2 to Gould is a foul ball behind the plate, keeping the count at 1-2. Meg's at second base, and I'm sure you could tell at 17 that he was going to be a star.
You ain't kidding. And later, he was playing against the Yankees one day, and he got a couple home runs, and I said, I bet whoever I was with, I bet the Yankees could somehow get a hold of him. Because when you hurt the Yankees, they
ground ball, base hit through the hole. That'll score. Meggs as he rounds third, heading home. Throw to the plate will not be in time. And an RBI single from J.J. Gould. 3-0 Otters.
And that's J.J.'s second RBI for the season, and it came at the right time.
Yes, it did. Meggs was hustling around third base.
Yeah.
And it's glad to see that J.J. is back because he's got a really good glove in the field. When he throws that ball from shortstop, it's slick. And he's been in a little bit of a hitting slump. He's been working really hard with hitting coach Bobby Siegel to try to get his swing back. And that's his second, as you noted, second RBI for J.J. Gould on the season. Bring out the top of the order, and David Cronin. First pitch to Dave is a called strike on the inside corner.
We know Dave's parents are definitely listening. I wonder, the people who watch us on
ODN,
the Otter Digital Network, if they would call in, let us know who they are, so we could, let the fans know that
they have. There is a comment section on the YouTube page for.
Oh, somebody
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. Okay.
They have commented throughout games, especially the walk-off that Ryan Long had earlier in the season.
Oh, someone made a comment?
No, yeah, throughout the game, they'll say, let's go, guys, or let's score some runs, or walk-off right here, as the next pitch to Cronin is low and away for a ball. Count now, even at 1.
Yeah, I had the measles when they were teaching that stuff in school. So I don't know anything about digital TVs or radios or computers.
Swing and a miss from Cronin. Throw down to first, and that is not in time.
See, that what you just saw is one of Dave's biggest mistakes. And I know his mother and father are listening to me. When you get a chance, tell him. What he does, he chases too many high outside pitches. He can't hit it because he's reaching for it. Stay it away.
1-2 the count to Cronin. Gould at first after the RBI single. Next pitch is apparently it hit Cronin. That's the one. That's why the umpire put his hands up. So an RBI single by Gould, a hit batsman and Cronin. And now that'll put runners on first and second for the Otters with 1 out. It'll bring up Keith Griesaber, who had that big double back in the 6th.
Yep.
Let's see. Quickly, we can check around the Frontier League for some scores, as we're not the only game being played tonight.
See, that amazed me when Mike Radowski, one of the greatest that I had the pleasure of working with, he used to sit there with that computer and he would back and forth. He'd get all kinds of stuff. I'm amazed. When I'm at, there goes.
Ground ball to short, over to second for one, and over to first in time for the 6-4-3 double play. Otters tack on another run. They lead this one by a score of 3-0 thanks to an RBI single from J.J. Gould. We head to the top of the 8th, 3-0 Otters the score. You listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters Baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations, west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Bossy Field here with the Evansville Otters leading the Washington Wild Things by a score of 3-0. Bill McEwen and Dave Nguyen here on the call. We got a called strike on the outside corner from Patrick McGuff as he's here in the 8th.
What a slider. Wow.
The 0-1. That'll be low and away for a ball count. Now even at 1.
That probably was the best slider he threw all night long. What a bite to the head.
McGuff with the 1-1. Low in the dirt. Good block there by the catcher Calabrese. Moving the count to 2-1. McGuff, 71 strikes, 33 balls. The 2-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball for strike 2.
Now, Randy went 8 innings. Is he he's the only pitcher who went that far?
I believe so. Oh, at least for the Otters.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah. So here we got Patty in the 8th.
The 2-2. Ground ball to Gould. Plays it on a hop. Throws it over to Phillips in time for the first out of the inning.
So how many pitches total has Patty thrown?
So we got from 72 plus 33, I believe, is 105.
72 and 33. You're right. You must have got an A in math.
That's basic math. Let's not go too far.
So that 105 counted that pitch he just threw?
Yes.
Okay. So.
Oh, now 106.
Oh,
so
106.
73 and 33.
Okay.
He's got a good strikeout to walk ratio. First pitch from McGuff, and this at bat to Hughes. Shane Hughes is 1-0 the count. McGuff will kick and fire, and that pitch is low and outside once more, moving the count to 2-0.
See now, right now, I would say let Patty go 9. He's got a 3-0 lead.
2-0 is a called strike on the outside corner.
He's got 9 strikeouts, only 2 walks, 4 hits. He's coasting along. He's got quite a few more pitches to throw.
2-1.
That's a strike.
Called strike on the outside corner, moving the count to 2-2.
Another great slider. He hasn't thrown that curveball. He's got an outstanding curve. He doesn't throw it that much.
The 2-2. Fly ball foul down the third base side now to play. We got more action in the Wild Things bullpen, but McGuff doing just fine on the mound. I think going into today's game, he had 29 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's got, 48 now?
I think it might be 38.
Ooh, he went around, yes. Oh.
Ooh. So it was a check swing, and Hughes did not go around, says the field umpire, Mike Fitcher.
I've seen umpires call that. He was ducking out of the way, but he still let that one across the plate. I don't care where he's falling apart. If that bat goes across the plate, it's a strike.
The 3-2 to Hughes outside for a ball, and McGuff really wanted that one. He exerted his frustration out on the mound. He's kicking the dirt, but nope. That's only because McGuff is a great, great competitor. That would be a walk.
It's his third walk of the game.
I was about to say that. Yeah, yep, number 3. And that'll bring up Roa, the native of Camden, New Jersey, who is 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Roa with a runner at first. Top of the 8th. 1 out. McGuff kicks and fires. Ground ball through the hole behind, over past Long and past Gould at short. And now runners will be on first and second as Roa gets on first with a single. Runners now on first and second here in the top of the 8th with 1 out. No action in the Otters bullpen as Calabrese goes out on the mound to talk to his pitcher. Now we see some action. We got Abraham Almonte and Taylor Wright, Matt Rowland, and Tyler Vale all getting up to warm up and or stretch in the Otters bullpen down on the first base side. McGuff will check the runner at second base, and his first pitch is a foul ball behind the catcher Calabrese. Count now at 0-1 to J.J. Fernandez, the switch hitter and a first baseman. He's made some pretty good plays at first in the field. Couple scoops here and there. He's made some extended plays with balls thrown from his infielders. He's had a pretty good day defensively. Offensively, not so much.
Yeah. Ground ball to Cronin, double play. Let's get out of this inning.
The 0-1 will be a fly ball foul down the third base side and out of play. You think Pat wants to get another strikeout? How many does he have tonight?
I got 9, unless I'm wrong.
I think you're right. You think double-digit strikeouts is something he wants to reach for?
Well, I would. He's got two games. He's got 10 already, so this would make it 3. That'd be 30 strikeouts in 3 games.
Apparently, the batter calls time, and Fernandez coming into this game, he was batting .236 with a home run and 6 RBIs. 1 for 3 today with a single. You got the left-hander Almonte from Philadelphia University throwing down to the pen as this ball gets...
No, don't throw.
This ball will get behind and will shift to the right of the catcher Calabrese. He did a good job of keeping the ball in front.
Right.
And the even better decision was the mistake that he made in the first game against River City, where he overthrew the third baseman, Maselli, trying to get a runner out at third.
Right.
Instead of just throwing the ball back to the pitcher and letting the pitcher do his work.
Right.
So now,
there are times you hold that ball because when the runner's got the base ready, hold it. Don't attempt to throw.
Runners now in the corners for the Wild Things.
Still a double play situation.
The 1-2 with 1 out. High and way inside. Count now even at 2 with an out.
So, that ball that Calabrese blocked was a slider, and it was a hard slider, and it went in the dirt. Now, if that had been elevated just a little, I think he would have swung and missed.
McGuff takes a deep breath on the mound. The 2-2.
Strike three.
Inside for a called strike three. There's number 10, Bill.
Yep. That's 3 games. He's got 10 strikeouts.
So now he's got 39 on the year.
No.
39. Yeah, he came in. My computer says he came into today's game with 29. I could be wrong.
Wait a minute. If he got 12 strikeouts his first game, he got 10 the second game.
Oh, yeah. Then
7 the third game, 10 the fourth game, and tonight. Or am I somehow wrong?
Today's his 4th start.
Oh, okay. So I had 10. Oh, okay. I counted 10 twice.
Yes. It's okay.
Well, hey, that's why they put erasers on pencils.
An 0-1 count to the batter, Lucas Herbert, the catcher. Oh, be a fastball called in the inside corner for strike 2. 0-2 with 2 outs. Runners on first and third for the Wild Things. This is, I believe, the second jam McGuff has been in. He had a bases loaded jam back in the, I think we say the second inning.
Yeah, ground
ball.
It
was back in the third. Excuse me. Yep.
Ground ball got him out of it.
Yep. McGuff takes a deep breath. The 0-2. High, and McGuff really wanted the batter, Lucas Herbert, to chase that high fastball. He doesn't, and the count goes to 1-2 with 2 outs.
I think that slipped out of his hands. Did you notice after his delivery, he did a little skip?
Yes.
Like, it got away from me. He wasn't fluid in his delivery.
The 1-2.
Strike 3.
Ooh. The crowd wanted that one.
Ooh.
Count will move to... Computer says 2-2. McGuff with another deep breath. The payoff pitch.
Strike 3.
Cole, strike 3, and McGuff clenches his
God.
fist. And the batter throws his bat, breaks his bat, and the umpire, home plate umpire Bob Davis, tosses him. Breaks his bat in a frustration on called strike 3. That's 11 tonight for McGuff. As we head to the bottom of the 8th. McGuff, man, what a performance.
We just saw frustration.
We head to the bottom of the 8th. Otters up 3-0. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave DeWin here on the call, along with Bill McCune. We got a new pitcher and a new catcher for the Washington Wild Things. We have Nick Durazo on the mound, and we have catcher Cody Erickson. Erickson, a 6'1" right-hander from Scottsdale, Arizona. He played with the Normal Corn Belters last year, who are no longer in the Frontier League.
I got to tell you a quick story if I can, Dave.
Go ahead.
Years ago, I was playing in Lawton, Oklahoma, and the sports writer come up to me, and he said, newspaper guy, and he said, where are you from? I said, South Amboy, New Jersey. He said, oh, there was another ball player from South Amboy that played here. but I forgot his name. I said, oh, really? He said, but every time he struck out, he used to beat home plate with the bat. I said, Leo Konjerski. He said, yeah, that's his name.
Ryan Long to the plate, who has a solo home run tonight, got the Otters on the board back in the fourth. And you mentioned that because the previous batter for the Wild Things, Lucas Herbert, the catcher, was called out on strike 3 on the outside corner by McGuff, broke his bat in frustration. Long lifts this in the air to right field, shallow right field, and Roa will come up, make a few steps, and make the out for out number 1. But to finish the thought was that the catcher broke his bat in front of the umpire, and the umpire said, you know what, you're out of here.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Dave, he took about 3 swings at the home plate before the bat broke actually in half. He was still holding the handle when the barrel of the bat left, but he beat home plate.
They'll bring up Dakota Phillips, who is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk.
You know, Jack Clark, who managed in this league, and, of course, you know, a famous major leaguer. And Jack Clark struck out. He might have hit other home runs, but he struck out an awful lot. And he would strike out, I'm going to say, in the 5th or 6th inning, and he'd argue with the umpire.
The 0-1 to Phillips is a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, moving the count to 0-2. Good delivery there from DeRazzo.
I never seen him break the bat, but I saw he never I shouldn't say never. He many times got ejected because of arguing with the umpire. Oh, he used to strike out.
Check swing, and that didn't matter as home plate umpire. Bob Davis says Phillips went around, and that's a strikeout for out number 2.
Yeah.
That'll bring up Carlos Castro, who had the RBI single back in the 6th his last time up.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had some exciting plays. 3 runs. One's a home run, one's a trickler through the infield, and one is a line drive by JJ.
Yep. Now, McGuff is over 100 pitches. Do you think that was his last inning?
Yes, I do.
So we got some.
Yeah.
We got Danny Urbeck warming up in the bullpen, as well as Tyler Vale.
Well, he seemed that inning was he tired, and he didn't have the command and the control. I think they were starting to hit him. So yes, it was a good move getting him out of there. Or we're counting on he's not coming back. So
well, good to end the inning with a strikeout as the count to Carlos is 2-0 after that high ball.
And that was his 11th strikeout, was it not?
I believe so.
Yeah. How can you not be the pitcher of the week?
Well, we do have Steve Tassler, one of the leaders of the Frontier League, here in the press box, so he might be in consideration. Swing and a miss for Castro, and that'll be moving the count to 2-1.
Well, you know, I was talking to Steve before the game because he was in the parking lot picking up garbage or you know, not garbage,
right.
But beer can or soda cans or whatever.
Sure.
And I noticed, I said, you know, my God, he said, oh, you got to have a clean parking lot for the fans. And, you know, that's why he was a great general
2-1
manager.
to Carlos, lift in the air to right field, and this will drop to the wall. A base hit. And to second base with a double, sliding feet first, is Carlos Castro.
Yeah. Carlos.
He celebrated his 25th birthday last Friday as well.
I heard you say that about 5 times when you were on the radio. And, well, I remember you saying it repeatedly, and I'm trying to think, was that after he got a hit or his home run or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had a home run over his birthday weekend. He had a couple RBIs. And
I remember when you said it, and then you said he had spent 7 years, I believe, in a Brave organization. So I'm saying he must have been 17 when he started playing for the...
Spent 5 years with the Braves, yeah.
5 years, okay.
Bring up Mitchell Hansen, who struck out his last time up. Also grounded out to first base as well as second base. First pitch to Mitchell is a called strike on the outside corner, making the count at 0-1. Good pitch right there from the new pitcher, Nick Durazo. Castro on second with a double, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, 3-0 Otters the score. The 0-1, called strike on the outside corner.
Ooh, another high strike.
Count moves to 0-2. I got to tell you, that hit by Carlos was roped, and then it just quickly dropped as it hit the wall. Dead center and just dropped.
And it was tailing away.
Yep. The 0-2 to Hansen. Ground ball. Running down the first base line hard. No one can field the ball cleanly. Miscommunication by the infield of the Wild Things, and I believe that will be ruled
base hit. Got to be a base hit.
I'm not hearing anything from.
It's a base hit. Yeah, it's a base hit. How can you not give him one? I mean, who made any error?
Right.
It was.
Well, I mean, for plays like that, I feel like it is a mental error as far as like no one communicated to pick up the ball and things like that. But
well, no, you got to remember now where the ball went, and the first baseman was committed, the second baseman was committed, the pitcher's committed, and no one's on first because they're all rushing to get the ball. So
who's on first?
Yeah, who's
check swing by Calabrese.
Yeah,
and as he didn't go around, the count will be 1-0.
Right.
So who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Who's on third? And what I don't care is at shortstop, right?
Right. There are some batters that I have seen, and Otters. Some of them were Otter players.
Mm-hmm. The 1-0 to Calabrese is high and away for a ball. Count moving to 2-0.
One was our second baseman, Frankie, years ago, and he had the knack of being left-hand and bunting, that it would be hard enough that got past the pitcher, made the second baseman come in, because he had good speed, he got a base hit every time. That's a perfect bunt.
The 2-0, swing and a miss, and that'll move the count to 2-1 to Calabrese as he chased a breaking ball.
See, now, I'm putting myself in his mind. I'm saying it's 2 balls, no strikes. He's got to throw me a strike. So I'm swinging before he even releases the ball. No matter where it is, I'm swinging, and that's what they do.
The 2-1 to Calabrese. Low and inside for a ball. Count now at 2-1. Runners on the corners for the Otters. We have a 3-0 lead on a solo home run by Ryan Long in the 4th. We had an RBI single from Carlos Castro in the 6th. And then we had an RBI single from J.J. Gould in the 7th. Called a strike 2 on the outside corner. 3-2 the count now to Calabrese, the catcher.
I'm just wondering, we got the All-Star break July the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and 11th. And hopefully Ryan Long is one of the All-Stars.
A 1-2 check swing, and that's a strike 3 as home plate umpire Bob Davis says Calabrese went around. We're through 8. Top of the 9th coming up. New pitcher for the Otters. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
McGuff with another deep breath. The payoff pitch.
Strike 3
Cole,
there.
strike 3, and McGuff clenches his fist. And the batter throws his bat, breaks his bat, And the umpire, home plate umpire Bob Davis, tosses him. Breaks his bat in a frustration on called strike 3. That's 11 tonight for McGuff.
91.5 WUEV Evansville.
Evansville Otters baseball, Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Top of the 9th, Otters up 3-0. Danny Urbeck. And for the Otters, as we have a call to the bullpen, this is a WOW call to the bullpen. WOW Internet, TV, and phone call to the bullpen, to be exact. WOW is your hometown provider for Internet service. Did you know that one, Bill?
Oh, yes. I used to have them. And they were good. It's just that, our neighbors dug up their yard and spliced my cable. And for some reason after that, there was always a leak or because of when it rained, and I'd lose my thing, so I switched.
So Urbeck on, and it's important for him if he could get the Otters out of this with a victory. Urbeck was the last pitcher on Sunday.
Okay.
He allowed the bases loaded RBI walk to give the Rascals an 8-7 win. Fly ball, right field. Cronin makes the catch, and we got 1 pitch, 1 out.
1 pitch, 1 out, right. Now, you see, you're down by 3 runs. Why are you swinging on the first pitch in the 9th inning?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not batting.
Well, if I was down there managing, I'd say everybody take a strike. We need men on base.
1 away. The next pitch from Urbeck is a called strike right near the heart of the plate to the batter, Mick Fennell.
Right. Don't help the pitcher by swinging at the first pitch.
Fennell has struck out twice to McGuff.
Ooh.
This pitch is low in the dirt for a ball. Count now, even at 1. And
how's Restatelli coming with his injury, whatever?
Talking to Mike earlier in the game, he hopes to be back later this week. So maybe on the road trip to Florence.
Okay.
The 0-1 from Urbeck is a ball just missing the inside corner. Moving the count now to 2-1. Gould playing on the edge of the outfield grass. Fly ball, center field. Meggs goes over and makes the catch for out number 2.
You notice how he drifted gently, smoothly, efficiently to catch that ball.
Yep. Got 2 away, 1 more, and the batter will be Brett Maher, the shortstop. Maher is 0 for 3 tonight with 2 groundouts and a flyout. Actually, that was a Mitchell Hansen catch in foul territory. Or, excuse me, Dakota Phillips catch in foul territory on the first base side.
Right.
First pitch is a strike from Urbeck. Gould and Cronin on the edge of the outfield grass. Ground ball gets by Long, and this will be a base hit. And the Wild Things will have a 2-out base runner here in the top of the 9th.
You and I talked before, and we talked tonight before the game. We're saying until the fat lady sings, the game is not over. Many, many games are lost with 2 strikes and 2 outs and nobody on. And it ended up teams scored 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe the other night they scored 6, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 4.
4 runs with 2 outs.
First pitch to Jenko as we go back to the top of the order is a ball in the dirt. Center fielder has struck out twice, had an unassisted ground out as well as a walk. Jenko coming into this game was batting .272. The 1-0 foul behind the catcher Calabrese. Count now even at 1 with 2 outs.
You notice how he chased that high pitch?
So that was a good job there by Urbeck to select that particular pitch.
But when you see a guy chase high pitches, they're telling you they like a high pitch. So keep throwing them there because your chances of getting base hits on high pitches aren't good.
The 1-1 from Urbeck. Swing and a miss on the fastball for strike 2.
You got to have quick reflexes. You got to be strong. You got to be quick to hit a high fastball. I'll tell you that right now, especially when it's 90 miles an hour.
1-2 the count. Runner on first. 2 outs. Otters with a 3-0 lead. Urbeck, the lefty, on the mound. The 1-2, fly ball and foul down the third base side and out of play. Otters still have guys warming up in the bullpen if necessary.
Well, you should. You never take anything for granted. You know, if this guy accidentally hits a home run, it's a 3-2 ball game.
We're not hoping for that, Bill.
Oh, I know that. I'm just trying to present that, you know, the game's not over again.
1-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner on first. The 1-2 inside for a ball. Count now even at 2.
Now you have the batter's 2. There's 2 outs. There's 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's 4 of a kind up there.
That's right.
That's something you don't see very often.
Not at all. We saw that twice today.
Yeah, tonight, yes. The same batter.
The 2-2. Fly ball, foul. Griesaber hustling, and it was bounce foul down the third base side. And Griesaber wishing he could catch that ball to end the inning.
Well, if
he hustles out there.
Right. If it was a right-hand batter, I'm quite sure he would have gotten that. But because it's a left-hander, he's shading towards center field, and therefore that extra 20, 30 feet prevented him from catching that. He's playing a decent left field, and Meggs out there is playing a decent center field.
2-2, 2 outs. Runner on first. The pitch. And it'll be ground ball foul down the first base side, and we'll go at it again.
I would give him a high fastball up around the letters, and I believe you got a strikeout.
Strikeout would be nice, and it would be good. It would be good
now.
redemption for Urbeck.
Yeah.
The 2-2 fly ball, right field. Hansen goes back and will make the catch for the final out of the game. Danny Urbeck, after allowing the game-winning run in River City on Sunday, redeems himself with his first save of the year. McGuff goes 8 innings, 11 strikeouts on 5 hits, and the Otters win Game 1 of this 3-game set against the Washington Wild Things by a final score of 3-0. We'll come back with the postgame show after this commercial break. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The local Pepsi bottling group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi bottling group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Since 1994, Slays Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slays Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slays Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
The 4th Annual Burdette Blues Festival on Saturday, July 6th at the Burdette Park Pavilion will feature some of the best blues acts in our area. There'll be barbecue, food trucks, and a beer garden. General admission at the gate will provide ongoing support for blues music in the tri-state. 12 years and younger will get in free. For more information, check out the 91.5 FM WUEV Facebook page or visit evansvilleblues.com.
Welcome back to Bossy Field as you are listening to the Evansville Otters postgame show. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Bill, it was a quick game, but a very impressive baseball game by the Otters all around, starting with the Irishman, Patty McGuff.
Yes, I mean, we started the game with, Patty started the game with a strikeout. A high fastball with 2 strikes, and that set the tone of the rest of the ball game. 11 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 4 or 5 hits. 5 hits. And, I mean, he was in control, except that last inning in the 8th inning, he kind of lost it. He pitched over 100, had over 100 pitches, and I think he's just tired. But what a game. That Irishman belongs in the Irish Hall of Fame.
Well, I think I'm going to speak to him later this week. I'll let him know you say that. So he went 8 innings total. The last inning that he pitched, the 8th, he had a ground out. Then there was a walk, and then the single put runners on first and second with 1 out. And that was probably the last jam he was in. He had a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs in the 3rd, but then was cruising from there until the 8th. And then he had back-to-back strikeouts to end the 8th inning. And you saw that on that final 11th strikeout, he extended his fists as if he was, he clenched his fists in excitement. And, he just knew that would have been his last inning. And he wanted to finish that one on a good note. He was just dominant overall today.
Right.
The Otters, offensively, they had some timely hits. Ryan Long hit his 5th home run of the season over the Bud Light line patio sign in right field to make the score 1-0. And then Carlos Castro, who's been struggling, he's been inconsistent at times. He has an RBI single in the 6th. And then in the 7th, it's cool to see J.J. Gould to contribute offensively in the 9th spot with an RBI single. And, he's coming back from injury, and it's just a great sign to see that he was able to contribute on the offensive end tonight. He's got a really good glove on the defensive side of the ball, especially at shortstop, but definitely on the offensive end. J.J. Gould with the 3rd run of the game, and that would be it. And it's good that Urbeck not only got the save, but he surrendered the tying run and the go-ahead run against the River City Rascals on Sunday. He gave up the game-winning run on a bases-loaded walk, and that's going to be a little demoralizing for a pitcher. But the good thing about baseball is you're always going to get at least one more opportunity. I think while Tyler Vale is scheduled to be the closer for this year, I feel that Max Peterson, the pitching coach for the Otters, wanted to give Danny a second opportunity to redeem himself after his performance on Sunday.
Well, you could take a chance when you got a 3-run lead and, leave them out there, give up 1 run, but then you better yank them before they get 2 and 3. But you're right. Overall, I think it was a wonderful game. It was a quick game. That's because of Patty striking so many guys out, and there really wasn't that many hits on both teams. If you really go down to it, I'm going to say there wasn't 12 hits on both teams. I know Ryan got the home run, and Castro got 2 hits, and I think didn't Calabrese get 2 hits?
Yes.
And, outside of that, how many hits did we get? Well, Hansen got a hit, but
that was good for him too.
Yes, it was.
It was on miscommunication from the infield by the Wild Things, but it's good to give him confidence. I think he had 3 hits over the weekend as well in the final series against the Wild Things last week. So the Otters will move to a record of 9-7. The Wild Things will fall to a record of 4-13. We'll come back here tomorrow, 6:35, It is.
Let's hope the weather's the same, the game is the same, and the winner is the same.
Yes, we'll have Austin Nicely on the mound, who I spoke to earlier today. We'll hear his interview tomorrow, and he knows he's pitched better than what his stats show. He's a veteran guy. He had 20 starts last year for the Otters, and he knows he can do a better job on the mound, and hopefully he can. This will be a good opportunity for him as the Otters take Game 1 of this 3-game series against the Washington Wild Things. 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. That's probably the most important stat, that the Otters have no errors. They have, I think, the second most errors in the Frontier League. In terms of that, the Washington Wild Things, no runs on 6 hits. Patty McGuff goes 8 strong, striking out 11. And Danny Urbeck redeems himself and gets the save, the first save of his career in 2019. For Bill McCune and Paul Mattingly back in the studio, I'm Dave Nguyen signing off.